Hi, this is Dr. Dan Elliott here to serve you this semester in our course TEDU311 Curriculum, Methods in History and Social Science. It's our great opportunity this semester to discover about how we deliver historical and social science concepts to the learners in the classrooms where God has already ordained that you will minister and serve Him by being a Christ-like example as a teacher. We'll be looking this semester together, focusing on how you prepare students with skills and practical applications about the history, social science content, how you will design learning experiences for them, how you will integrate history, social science concepts along with English language arts concepts and deliver them in ways that make sense to all levels of learners, to learners with all sorts of individualized needs, including English language learners and special needs learners. The Common Core will be relevant to us, even though California has not yet adopted a Common Core set of standards for social science. They have for English language arts, and we will be taking an integrated approach to understanding how to teach social studies, integrating with English language arts. Together this semester, we're going to have the opportunity to do the following things: to review the history related to Western civilization, to the U.S. and to California, as it's connected with the history social science framework. This is a document that is available for you to download, and you will need to download it, study it, and understand it. We'll have opportunity to inspect the various influences, directions, and learning theories associated with curriculum in the social sciences. There are some very specialized teaching methodologies that I will be introducing to you and sharing with you that you will want to use in planning future lessons. You will have opportunity to compare and contrast the various strategies and techniques associated with curriculum in the social sciences. You'll have opportunity to practice specific instructional skills for curriculum and delivery in social science. You'll have opportunity to design, to implement, to analyze, to assess your lessons and your units in curriculum for the social sciences. We'll have opportunity to reflect, analyze, and apply concepts related to promoting time on task for the individual learners in your classes and for your individual lesson design. How do you know you spent enough time delivering the lesson? How do you know you couldn't spend more time on some aspect of the lesson? We'll be looking at that. You'll have opportunity to apply curriculum and instruction methods as you design content for delivery in both synchronous and asynchronous learning activities. That means to say in synchronous, all at the same time but online activity, versus asynchronous, online but not necessarily all at the same time activity, kind of like you are familiar with on Facebook. You'll have opportunity to support the importance of personal positive character and unconditional love, spiritual fruits within the area of this course. Finally, you'll have opportunity to reflect and apply concepts of teaching within the image of Christ in that unconditional love, learning to have a willingness to do whatever it takes to teach the social science curriculum. This is a hybrid course. That means that some of the session will be online. It's a 3-hour course. We will only be meeting in the classroom for an hour and a half each week on Thursdays. The Tuesday sessions have been dismissed to an online session that will commence following the end of the Thursday session and continuing on through Wednesday evening. All the online activities must be done prior to coming together in our class on Thursday, because we won't be able to do the work together if you haven't done the preparation. You will be shortchanging yourself and your classmates if you don't do the preparation. There will be field work. There will be visitations to elementary and or middle school classrooms. You need to do 3 separate social studies observations. The observations can be done at public schools, in public charter schools, or in private accredited schools. The assignments for the class you can see when you look through the syllabus, but let me just talk about them. First assignment will be an introductory quiz. It will be an open book quiz with rather obvious questions. If you've looked at the books that are required and the online reading resources that are required, and if you've studied the syllabus, you won't have any trouble answering the questions. Teaching in the image of Christ is a concept that I will be emphasizing throughout the course. It is a concept I will be doing my very best as God gives me strength to demonstrate for you. There's a paper that's due midnight Saturday after session 5 about how you teach in the image of Christ, and I'll be explaining a lot about that as the course goes on. Classroom observations, 3 of them, as I said, and there are forms that you will use that are available for you in the My Jessup page for the Education Department. They're the observation forms. I need you to use these forms. They're just related to what you will be doing when you start responding to your TPEs and writing your teacher performance assessments. So the vocabulary in these documents is relevant to the lesson plan document that you will also use, and is relevant to writing your TPAs. Participation. Very important that you participate. In the on-ground sessions on Thursdays, there will be 2% of your grade for each class meeting. In the online sessions, there will be activities that you must perform and demonstrate a product from in order to receive that credit. There will be a history, social science, literature book summary. In other words, some literature book that will be related to the grade level curriculum for social studies that you're teaching. And you're going to study and read that book and share that with the class through a book summary. You're going to read the book, summarize the story, briefly explain why you chose it for your class, describe how you could incorporate the book into your classroom as an effort to address core curriculum content in English language arts. You will describe 2 classroom activities that you could assign students to using this book or novel. And you will list the California state standards that are addressed in your 2 classroom activities. So there's a suggested book list that I will have for you on the Moodle site up front in the very beginning. You're going to do a social studies lesson plan, and you're going to share that with the rest of the class, teaching the strategies to us that you're using in your lesson plan. You're going to plan one lesson that will be delivered in an online way to homebound students. You can use a Google site for now as a free place to create and store your lesson. Or you may have some other platform if the schools that you're observing in have a web service, a learning management system, such as our Moodle site does. You can store your lesson there. Or you can simply create a Word document that outlines your lesson and illustrates it with text and pictures. You will create a report on the history social science framework. And this is an important assignment because it also helps you with TPE 1. There's a text in the course that you'll read about higher order thinking skills, and I'll ask you or give me a report about that text and how it informs you in planning lessons. And finally, there will be a final exam in the course covering the reading from the required materials. I'm so happy to be serving you. You can read the rest of the information about the class in the syllabus and in the Moodle site. Thank you very much for taking my class. It's very important that I serve you well. I'll be asking you to give me honest feedback at each week or so, maybe every couple of weeks, on how the class is going. And I'll be paying attention to that feedback and trying to modify what is upcoming in the class to best serve you. You are important to me. I feel like you are God's gift to me, people that I get to serve. Thank you so much, and may God bless you.